Hi guys, and welcome back once again to the Remote Duel Invitational in Europe, the first of 2021. It's been a long day already, and we are gonna find out now one of the last matches for today. We have 3 more to go for our top 16 direct elimination, and we want to find out who is gonna advance to tomorrow for the rest of the top 8. Again, we are gonna have a pretty interesting pairing with 2 brand new decks that we have not seen this weekend. It will be Kristian, who is I'm not gonna spoil it actually. We're gonna listen to him himself against Wagner, Sven-Ole. So both using what we could consider technically the opposite approach of what we have just witnessed, with all of the guys going for a trap-heavy deck countering the virtual world. This guy took it the opposite. They thought, okay, you are the combo deck. No, we are the combo deck. We're going to show you what we do. But let's hear it from them, and let's listen to the first of the interviews.
I'm involved in Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game since 2013 when I was 9 years old. My first competitive deck is ABC, but first deck that I played is Cyber Dragon structure deck. My favorite card is Sky Striker, Mobilize Engage. I play Phantom Knights because I think that deck is consistent and I can play so much hand trap and doesn't break. My fondest memory is when I top regional in Bosnia with Sky Striker.
Good memories, of course. And as you mentioned, he's playing the deck we spoiled you guys for. It's Burning Abyss, but it's actually Phantom Knights, let's say. It only plays a couple of Burning Abyss cards, but the focus on the deck relies on the Phantom Knights core, although it can use the Cherubini easily with any 2 level freeze, and that way able to combo off and put up some pretty impressive boards. But his opponent is even more of a combo deck, so let's hear it from Sven-Ole.
I have been involved with Yu-Gi-Oh! For a very long time, for at least 10 years. The first deck I played was the first structure deck with armed dragons and stuff. My favorite card is Debris Dragon. I'm playing Dragon Link because I like dragons, and I just like playing the deck. And I think it's very strong. My fondest memories are traveling to events like YCSs with my friends and just having great weekends.
Okay, makes sense. And again, he told you guys it's the first Dragon Link deck we have seen this weekend. It is the current winner because the last remote duel we had, it was won by Matteo. So he's trying his best. Moms, after the last event, still being out there and winning the event. But among the 2 of them, which do you think will have the advantage?
I think the Dragon League deck is very combo-based deck, and we've seen a lot of deck being played during the past format. I will pick Dragon Link, but I don't want to say anything because every single time I pick a deck...
yeah, it doesn't work well. So let's hope it will not be the case for Sven, of course. But now enough with the talk. It's gonna be an explosive combo mirror match, although combo but different decks. So let's go to the table if our players are ready. Okay, so here they are. I gotta say they are similar in theory but different in the way they are built. Sven is playing a lot of end traps, although it's a combo deck, while his opponent is playing 49 cards, so not the most usual one, but they are also playing like 12 end traps each. So it's true that they are combo decks, but they still can afford 12 end traps because the combos are usually 2 cards.
Yeah.
So.
And here, do you think you want to win the dice roll, right?
Absolutely.
Because, like with Dragon Link, you really want to start things off.
Yeah, absolutely. Same for Phantom Knights. He can put up easily a lot of negations, especially because we saw we saw some combos that he can do with the Rusty Bardiche after he came back. So it's definitely something I'm more curious about, because we all know how the Dragon Link deck works. Well, this is something more unusual. So let's see. And he did win the die roll. So big payoff from Kristian.
Okay, start things off with Thorn
Okay,
Scale.
nice, and the Kagemusha. So this is already good enough. As long as you have 2 level 3s. Wow, this is an incredible opening. So this is one of the new Phantom Knights cards, and I will try to bring it up for you guys on the screen in a few moments. It allows you to discard, as in this case, and send another Phantom Knight card from the deck.
And it's very good because it gives you a lot of access, as easy access to your key cards and combo off. And I think Sven here was not expecting a deck like this to be faced, to be played in this tournament, but here it is. And Kristian is now combo off with his cards and makes the Cherubini. And he sends the Graph. Now Graph is being activated. And I'm very happy to see Burning Abyss Phantom Knights being played in 2021 still. It's very cool to see this deck. It's always here. He never left.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most unique decks in a way that it has been around for so long. And Cherubini is just probably one of the strongest Link monsters that we have out there. So it's pretty much a battle between Cherubini and the Kristian as well here. So we will see which one will prevail. But for now, it doesn't seem like Sven is interested in interacting with his opponent. We'll see if he has one of the entraps. Lancea is decent, but he should have used it earlier, I would say.
Yeah.
So.
And now comes the Rusty Bardiche, and I think if Kristian can put up like a couple of Fog Blades, that will be very good, because his opponent is playing Dragon Links, and they're very useful against the Dragon Link deck. So now he's continuing to send his Phantom Knight cards to the graveyard, and he will have an easy access to all of his key cards. Here comes the first Fog Blade.
Yeah, so this is what we used to see back when Rusty was one of the most popular cards. It was played in combination with Heroes and with a lot of different 60-card decks. You usually start things off with an Isolde and then go to the Rusty Bardiche, setting up a couple of Phantom Knights traps, so Fog Blades usually. It's definitely cool to see how it is gonna perform after a while coming back from the Forbidden and Limited list. So
now he has the boots, and I think Kristian couldn't have asked for more, because his hand is really good. And now Thornscale comes back.
Yeah. Do you think if you have Nibiru and your Sven, you're just waiting for the last possible opportunity, or?
I mean, if he knows the Phantom Knight Burning Abyss deck very well, maybe he just wait the right moment to activate the Nibiru. But otherwise, I mean, you could have a lot of trouble. So I think right now, maybe if he has this Nibiru, you should activate it. But it doesn't seem he has one copy in his hand.
No, I agree, and the ending board is also quite risky because there is Apollousa in the deck for Kristian, so depending on his opening he can end on Apollousa, and if summoned at the right time then he can shut down the Nibiru as well.
It doesn't look like Sven has the Nibiru, because Kristian is continuing to combo off.
Yeah, this time summoning even more of his Link Master with the Preda Plant Anaconda.
And now comes the
Break Sword, which he's gonna use on his own. Destroying it for the Rusty Bardiche second effect. This way he can bring back 2. They are level higher, so he can go for a rank 4. So this is an incredible show of how you know a deck well. I'm surprised that he's not even thinking about it. He knows what he's supposed to be doing, and he's having no doubts whatsoever on the play. And now he can get to search his deck for the Phantom Knights rank up Magic Force, upgrading, or maybe
Okay, no, maybe
he has it already.
Yeah,
let's see.
Showcasing us the power of this deck, because he doesn't even have to think about his moves, because he knows everything at perfection. But maybe here, okay, he has the rank up.
Yeah, as expected. Okay. Again. Again, debating. Yeah, the rank up is there. Okay. Let's see if he will use it right away. He has a few options in his actual deck. The ending goal is not quite clear. It could be the Ark Rebellion, it could be the Raider's Knight. So it's a lot of different options. And again, the Dragoon is also in his deck because of some of his options. So it's definitely an interesting deck. Not the most linear, but seems like it's working out quite well. And this was with normal opening, I would say. Just 2 level 3s and yeah.
I think, I mean, yeah, with this, the cool thing about this deck is that you can open up with different cards and combo off depending on what your opponent has. Like, for example, if Sven had some kind of interruption, maybe here Kristian would have summoned something different, but right now things are really looking good for him. Maybe just some clarification, because here he had the rank up, and anyway, I think Sven is going to have a tough time against this deck, because he was maybe expecting to play against the Stardom decks of this format.
Yeah, you can definitely see in this scenario a case in which Sven just picks up his cards depending on the final board and prevent the information, because if you know you're not gonna break the board, might as well just pick it up. So for now we can quickly go back to us while they discuss the procedure. Right now we have our judges, always on focus. So as mentioned, we saw on camera that there was a little bit of an hesitation from Sven in his play. He initially, his opponent, he initially added the Fog Blade, it seemed. So the confusion is probably whether he declared that he was gonna get Fog Blade, but then changed his mind. In that case, unfortunately, he will be forced to pick the Fog Blade, which is not the end of the world, but of course, if you had in mind a different play, he still should have paid more attention to what he was doing. But it's also quite possible that he was still thinking about it. So we will see how the judges rule it. Either way, I'm sure it will be the correct decision. Meanwhile, I just want to remind you guys to check out the website page, because you can always see such events like the one we are doing today. But seems like the decision was taken from the judges, so we can resume back to the match.
And here it looks like maybe Kristian added the rank up, and now he's using the Predaplant. And doesn't seem like Sven doesn't have any kind of response to that. Okay, and he gets the Red Dice Fusion, and now Kristian is going to have an incredible build.
This is the dream scenario.
Things are really looking good for Kristian, who is now being able to summon the Red Dice Dart Dragoon. What a field. Now he sets another Spell of Trap card, and I think he will maybe finish his turn right now. So as you said before, maybe Sven here needs to consider if he wants to pick up his card without revealing what he's playing to his opponent, because he has to face quite a lot of different problems, such as Fog Blade, Red Dice Dart Dragoon. It's not easy. So if he feels like it's better to move into game 2 in order to prevent your opponent to know the deck, maybe.
This is quite tough. As you can see, deck played really well, knowing what he's up against, even though he had to add the... Okay, but it doesn't feel like this is enough. So he's gonna start things off with what's probably one of the best cards in the deck. The Chaos Zone, which allows you to search for the Wyver Buster or the Collapse Serpent, depending on what you discard. Plus the Road Fur, which is the actual best possible opening. Ooh, but the Lancia is discarded. Yeah. So even an additional layer of negation, and this time Sven probably could have picked up his card if he knew about the Lancia. Yeah. This is gonna be tough. Although his opening was probably the perfect one, because if you have those two cards together, as you can see here, not only do you get the Wyver, but you get to add a card as well from the deck. It's tough.
It's very unfortunate for Sven. Yeah.
And the Lancia, which is there for Virtual World mainly, comes back to haunt Sven because it's annoying against these decks too.
Let's now see if Sven can come back into this tough game, because with Lancia he's gonna get a lot of problems.
Yeah, because the Phantom Knights traps are there too,
Yeah.
so...
And he picks up this card.
Yeah, unfortunately picks up his card, so tough to say. I would be interested to see if without the Lancia, Sven really could have managed to break this board. I am doubtful about it, but the end was promising, so maybe he had a chance. Maybe he had a Legionnaire, which was also shut down by the Lancia. Regardless, Kristian played it fantastic, so showed us why his unique deck is doing well, and allowed him to qualify for this event. And now he has a big advantage going into the side deck, because he also knows about his opponent deck. What do you think he is gonna bring in?
So now Kristian, well, he's playing against the Dragonling because Sven revealed his deck, so maybe he could set in the Evenly match, which is, I think, a very good card against this matchup. And rather than that, I think you don't really... Maybe the Draw Unlock.
Yeah, Draw is good.
Is very good. Yeah.
Troll is surely good. It does depend a lot on the end. There are some hands in which it doesn't do anything. There are some hands in which it's game winning, as it would have been here with this specific open from Sven. But honestly, it's still probably worth playing, especially when Kristian is playing 49 cards, so he doesn't have the best consistency with entrops. On the other side, though, Sven probably doesn't want to side too much because he's going first, and he saw that it's a combo deck he's facing, but he might change a few things. What do you think?
It's very tough because, I don't know, maybe because I think he's going first, so he doesn't want to put in the Nibiru. The Draw the Lock, I don't think we will see the Draw the Lock board being played by Sven.
No, he could change a few entrops.
Yeah, a few entrops.
Maybe change to the Schoolmeister, which are pretty useful against every deck in his opponent. And also, he might change the way that his deck performs in the first turn. Usually, you would see an ending board with just relying on different synchros and XYZs. But this time, when he ends with Hieratic Spheres, he can also side in this card we are gonna show you guys in a moment, which is Koakimeru Drago, which is a phenomenal tool because it doesn't allow special summon of Light and Darks, meaning Kristian deck is essentially gone. But I'm sure he will bring that in, and I wouldn't mind seeing the Koakimeru combo comes in clutch.
Yeah.
So let's see. He doesn't need much to combo off,
yeah.
But he's up against a lot of entrops, so let's see.
Yeah, Kristian plays a lot of entrops, and yeah, he has the Gamma, he has Ash Blossom, which is very good. He has the Nibiru as well.
Yeah, Nibiru, we saw the Lancia in game 1, so let's see. So the first card from Sven is... okay, Decent Tracer.
And we have seen this deck a lot during our last Remote Duel Invitational held in October. And now we will see, hopefully, the standard Dragon League combo with the Strided Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if Kristian has any response to that. Yes, the Lancia.
It's a Lancia again. Okay. Annoying for sure, but again, not the end of the world, depending on Sven end. So, at the end of the day, there are a few cards which are obviously important. But if you don't see the Chaos Space, you don't have access to the Wyver Buster, so maybe it's not as bad.
Yeah.
So
Sven unfortunately drew the Book Sector launch.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see now if he can go on with the combo.
Yeah, you can use the Tracer to destroy it. And in that case, I mean, worst case scenario, maybe he can just end on a Hieratic Seal, bringing the Koakimeru Drago.
Yeah.
Maybe he feels safe enough with that. I'm pretty sure it would guarantee him another turn. Right, let's see. Yeah, as expected, the Tracer comes down. He has the option to go even just for a pretty sad Synchro Summon. It might be the case, but I think... let's see.
Yeah, it's not easy, because here maybe you go for the Hieratic Seal, but...
Yeah, because now you're locked under Dark
yeah.
as well if you use it, so that's the problem. You're locked under Dark and the Nibiru. Wow. Which is exactly, right? Because it was...
I think it was the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, wow. Yeah, and the 6th when he summons. So yeah, that's the perfect Nibiru to chain, because afterwards you can use it to negate with the Savage. And now Sven must feel devastated. So it seems like Kristian prepared really well. And again, the opening with the new Phantom Knights, Torn Scales.
So,
wow, same thing as before. Does he have another one? He does. This is tough. Sven really needs a way to deal with this, and if he doesn't have any Entrap, this will be pretty much an easy game for Kristian.
Yeah, Kristian needs to consider that the game is not over yet, so maybe Sven would have sided in the Nibiru, but I doubt it, because he was first, you know? So maybe...
Here is the Cherubini, most likely. Yeah. He will send the Graph and the Seer just like before, so we're pretty much seeing whatever we saw before, but while the priority was to set up the most interruptions possible, here the priority is to ATK.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that Kristian will try his best to do so. Yeah, as expected. Now we're gonna see the Rusty, Bardish, and the Seer will bring back the Cherubini.
Yeah, no surprise here. Is continuing to make the same combo as he did in the first game. There comes the Cherubini back, and now comes the Rusty Bardish.
Incredible things here. Maybe he's counting how many summons he had.
Yeah, I think here maybe if Sven doesn't have the Nibiru, he needs to bluff it, you know?
Yeah, of course, you have to try and bluff it, but I mean, it's not like your opponent is already committed, so once you're committed, it doesn't make sense to do less than you could, so...
He takes the Fog Blade, and he sends the gloves to the graveyard. And it's going to be very tough for Sven, because it looks like he doesn't have any response to that.
At the same time, it's always interesting to remind everyone watching that the bracket is already public, so the opponents are watching as well. And, I think anyone watching would be afraid of what Kristian's deck is able to do, because it isn't among the expected ones, but honestly, he's showing he's confident with it, not really having doubts while comboing off, and at the same time performing quite well with negations, interruptions, damage, so pretty much full circle all around.
It's very scary, because with only 2 cards he's actually able to put up a huge field, and it's very difficult to deal with it. So right now maybe he wants to seal the game.
Is it an Appaloosa here? No.
Yes, it is an Appaloosa.
Is it? Yeah, this is the alternative. Yeah. It is. Okay, so now Nibiru is not even an option. I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe he just goes for it and plays around the possibility of a Nibiru just changing the game, and this is tough.
Yeah.
Because now Appaloosa, sure, it's a great way to deal with Nibiru, but it's just a phenomenal card. Like 3 negations, no matter what, are way too much for Sven to deal with.
Yeah, I think he did the right way, because you don't really want to lose this game to Nibiru. And although Sven decided to go first, anyway he could have decided to bring them in. So Appaloosa is the safest one at this spot. And now he brings back the Torn Scale, because it's not done yet. So maybe we will see another XYZ summon very soon.
And I think The main difference between everyone deck back at the last remote duel and Matteo, the winner, was the Appaloosa. He was the only one playing it back in the day, and it really showed because whenever he could summon it, he did, and it really cost him, allowed him to just win the entire event. This seems to be the same, and now the Braxforce destroyed the token. He's gonna bring back 2 level 4s just like before, and it seems like this will be more than enough to just win the game once more. So I'm definitely impressed by what Kristian is showing us.
Which is incredible with only 2 cards if you consider, because he started with the Tone Scale and the Kagemusha. So with only 2 cards, it's an OTK pretty much. So I think he just needs to make some calculation here before getting into the battle phase. He wants to be sure that it will be enough. Yeah, just doing some maths here. And I think he's activating the boss in the graveyard. Okay, he gets the brigade in.
Yeah, he's doing everything pretty flawlessly. And again, here you can see, even though it's the different artwork, you can see on the screen the MVP of this match for Kristian, the Appaloosa, just putting in so much work and allowing him to play without being afraid of a potential interruption. So great show of knowledge by this player.
Yeah, very well played by Kristian.
Again, another summon, and I think this will be more than enough because it allows him to attack even more. So let's see if Sven can find a miracle, because now the fusion comes up, and here you can see just how many tools this deck is hiding. The Dragoon having even another interruption, so 4 interruptions going second against Dragon Link. This is something you rarely see. He's gonna move to the battle phase, and Sven just picks up his card. So Kristian is the winner. He moves on with a 2-0 record to the top 8. What a match. Great match again. Probably one of the most unique ones we can. We saw in the previous 2 matches players taking a conservative approach and bringing decks like Paleo and Alter guys full of traps and trying to control the field. Now we see the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I was not expecting this deck doing so much with only 2 cards, basically. And just think about that. From Monday, you will have 3 Rusty.
Yeah. It's just
yeah.
more and more advantage. So I think this was really a good show of why you shouldn't be okay with what you already have, and you should try and find for ways to make your deck better and work it. I know a lot of people might be skeptic about the 49 as a number, but I think it just proved to you guys why his deck is performing so well, and if he feels like that's the correct number, then it's up to him to prove it. And he is now moved on to the top 8, so we can show you guys the updated bracket for the event with just one more match in the top 8 to be decided. So as you can see, the first match of the other side of the bracket is gonna be the one between Donovan LeBlanche playing the Eldlik with Dragoon up against yet another deck with Dragoon. So this is the 3rd deck in a row with Dragoons advancing. So Kristian really putting up some good work, and I'm sure that will be a match to remember. But now, as you can see on the screen, there are only 2 more matches remaining for today. The one coming up next will be the one between Marco Sanchez and Alexander Sokolovic. So keep sure and make sure that you keep on watching. Tell your friends already, if they are not here, to join and remain for the last 2 matches of today. Guys, thank you for watching, and we will be back soon with round 7.